There's great power in prayer, even more in group prayer. This is the foundation of the Unity Movement and our church. Our prayer ministry has close to over 100 active participants supporting our community and the world. There's great synergy in us coming together consistently. Beyond our own personal experience with prayer, there's so much evidence to its impact on the collective consciousness. The Maharishi effect shows that if 1% of the population meditates, it produces measurable improvements in the quality of life for the whole population. The world is going through a lot of change. We must go to the unchanging realm of the divine and help co-create the best outcome for the most impactful event taking place. Let's join together to support this cause. Thank you for joining us. Your presence, your consciousness is summoned for humanity at this time. There's great power in prayer, even more in group prayer. This is the foundation of the Unity Movement and our church. Our prayer ministry has close to over 100 active participants supporting our community and the world. There's great synergy in us coming together consistently. Beyond our own personal experience with prayer, there's so much evidence to its impact on the collective consciousness. The Maharishi effect shows that if 1% of the population meditates, it produces measurable improvements in the quality of life for the whole population. The world is going through a lot of change. We must go to the unchanging realm of the divine and help co-create the best outcome for the most impactful event taking place. Let's join together to support this cause. Thank you for joining us. Your presence, your consciousness is summoned for humanity at this time.
Getting early, clocks are running late. Paint by numbers, morning sky looks so phony. Dawn is breaking everywhere. Light a candle, curse the glare. Draw the curtains, I don't care, 'cause it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. I see you got your fist out. Say your piece and get out. Yes, I get the gist of it, but it's alright. Sorry that you feel this way. The only thing that's here to say, every silver lining's got a touch of gray. And I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. It's a lesson to me. The deltas and the east and the breeze. The ABCs we all think of, and try to keep a little love. Shoe is on the other and it fits. There's nothing much to it. Whistle through your teeth and spit, 'cause it's alright. Oh well, a touch of gray kinda suits you anyway. That was all I had to say, and it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. We will get by. We will get by. We will get by. We will survive.
Good morning, Unity folks. Thank you for being here on another great Sunday. All right. We will survive. We will get by. We're going to be hearing that a lot today. We're all about resilience today. But first, let's take a look around and wave at the folks, your neighbors, your friends, and celebrate the community we have here. And hello out there, all you folks tuning in online. Thanks for joining us on our live stream. It's an exciting Sunday because in just a few minutes here we'll be inducting some new members into our community, and we're always so grateful when that happens. If you're somebody who is new to Unity, checking us out, you can fill out a guest card on the table out front and keep in touch with us, and maybe, who knows, down the road you might be a new member yourself. So we've got our kids up here. I know there's a lot of fun things happening with the kids today. I'm going to turn it over to Tia, and she'll tell you about it.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So today is the big day. After service today, the youth and I and Charles and hopefully all of you will be joining us at the United Skates of America to go roller skating. Woo! Admission is $13, and if you don't want to skate, you just want to hang out and watch. I believe it's like a $3 non-skating specter thing. It's really, really cool. It's just a big open space with wood floors. Super fun. Can't wait to see you all there today right after service. So let's go ahead with our blessing for the day. Together. May God give you courage and wisdom wherever you go. Thank you.
A couple of times a year, we invite congregants to become members of our community. They go through a class, and thank you, Holly Bear, for putting that class together and leading it. Individuals can come through and learn all about our spiritual community and what unity is. They have 7 hours of service, and the benefits of joining is you can vote at the annual meeting, and you get a monthly prayer chaplain every month. So now let's welcome these people into our community. First is Aaron Edgar. And you can hold your applause to the end. The next one is Terry Isley, who is also here. And then we have Faye Kraft. And then Heidi Sneed.
Thank you,
Heidi. And Janet Brady is not present, but she's also a member. So now please stand and let's give them a blessing. The unity blessing remembers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Together,
we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
All right, don't sit down, don't sit down. It feels good to have new folks join our community, and we're going to sing about it. This is a song that I'm sure you've heard a lot of times, but may not expect to hear it in church, but we've put a unity spin on it. So join us for I Feel Good.
I feel good, like I knew that I would. I feel good, just like I knew that I could. Ooh, so good, 'cause I got you. I feel nice, just like sugar and spice. I feel nice, just like sugar and spice. Woo! So good, so nice, I got you. Sunday morning when I rise, unity helps me realize. Every morning when I find you and me, we all divine. I feel good, just like I knew that I could. I feel good, just like I knew that I would. Oh, so good, 'cause I got you. Unity helps me realize. Every morning I will find you and me, we're all divine. I feel good, just like I knew that I could. Oh, I feel good, just like I knew that I would. Oh, so good, 'cause I got you. So good, 'cause I got you. Oh, so good, 'cause I got you. This does feel good. Please remain standing and join us in the welcome song. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Please join the prayer ministry as we pray over the names that have been placed in this prayer box. Let us pray. We center into prayer, claiming the power of our collective consciousness as one heart and one mind. As a spiritual community, together, we set the highest intention to receive abundantly from the eternal substance of the divine in all areas of our lives. We call forth our spiritual resilience, the active, indwelling light and love of the divine that illumines all darkness and blankets the world with peace and with love. Our spiritual resilience quickens right thought and right action. We stand in faith, trusting divine light and love to bring spiritual resilience to everyone, everything, every time, and all creation, under grace and in perfect ways. We hold this truth for every name in this prayer box. Affirming spiritual resilience is propelling us forward and thus enabling us to accept change, release resistance, and bless every situation. Now bring to mind a loved one that you would like to hold in prayer and whisper their first name, starting with your own. Mimi. Remembering nothing can diminish our light, we are uplifted or nurtured by this truth, and so we let it be. Amen.
I get by with little help from my friends. I get by with little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with little help from my friend. I'll get by with little help from my friend.
As we move into meditation, let us start by first getting comfortable, sitting in such a way that we can both be relaxed and alert, letting the body begin to relax more deeply. So let yourself begin to relax. Let us focus for a moment on the body, just relaxing. Breathing in. Notice that you're breathing in. Then breathing out, notice that. Let that be the focus of attention as you relax your body. As we move deeper into relaxation, let's now bring a focus to the breath. Let the breath be focused in the heart chakra, in the center of the chest, just a few inches above the soft of the belly. And as we breathe into the heart, let us imagine also that there is a light pouring down through the crown of your head, down to the heart. It is filling the heart with a sense of light or love or energy, awakening the heart. Continuing to breathe into the heart, let us bring to mind a difficulty, one that has happened to us or from us. A disappointment that either happened from outside or from our actions. Let us awaken to the fact that that is in the past, that what has happened cannot be changed, that it is only this and moving forward that matters. So that which is in the past, let us let it go. We don't need to embody it. We don't need to press ourselves down because of it, nor think less of our capacity. From your heart, breathe and inhale compassion. Resilience is being here in this moment. I release and I let go. Hold this in mind as we move into silence.
Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all my needs according to your riches. I have but to ask, and I shall receive. To go from here and share this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost and help them find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me, free like me. Lord, we are your love. Lord, we are your peace. Lord, we are your joy this day.
Good morning. We're going to talk about resilience today, both individual and collective. And I'll just preface most of this by saying the collective resilience you can feel in this room when you come here and you realize that you're not alone, that you're with people who have decided to make their life better by being better. And you are also among people who have compassion for where you are, wherever you are, that can accept you as you come in, just as you are, but will be also compassionate enough not to leave you there. So this is a great place to remember and to heal. As I've been told by many people over the years, the first few times I came here, I couldn't stop crying. It happens. We have suffered, and we have suffered alone because many times we thought we were the only one who were like who we are. And so once you find your tribe, your people, the people who understand you without actually knowing you, when you find that, sometimes tears come. It is easy to then go, well, I got this, and to go away. But maybe it's your turn to be that person by being here present that tells someone else you're accepted here. So don't think your presence here means nothing. It's not just for you, it's for everyone else. That being said, let's talk about how we do it personally when we are basically by ourselves in the dark of night, or maybe in the middle of the day. A lot of this will be based on Stoic philosophy. We have done a few talks here on Stoic philosophy, but I'm going to not use all the Stoic words, but they're the same words you'd use in unity, because unity, though I don't know that it was ever consciously based on Stoic philosophy, carries within it some of the same ideas. One of which is that you should be in alignment with your divine self. Now, in Greek, with Stoic philosophies, is eudaimonia. Can't say it very fast. Eudaimonia means you to be in good relationship. Daimon meaning your soul, your higher self. And to be in good relationship with your soul, you should live with virtue. And virtue, in this sense, is basically doing what is good for you and for others. And to do that, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how you feel that day, no matter whether it's more convenient and maybe even more profitable to do otherwise in the moment, you always come back to this idea that you will do your best according to your highest understanding in the moment. And granted, your highest understanding may change over time, and it does, but to do your best according to that is your virtue. And to do life in virtue will often, in the end, turn out quite wonderful. But there may be some bumps along the way. And it may call you to do things you don't want to do in the moment. Take, for instance, someone is being bullied. You may not want to say a thing. It might be your pleasure to turn and go the other direction, but to stand up and to defend or to stop it in some way is a good thing. And it is your virtue to do so, if you know it to be true. Now, there could be some times when that isn't true, but if it is, act upon it. That's virtue. To do your best in every circumstance, to live your highest ideals. This is virtue, and it makes you in a good relationship with your soul. I remember hearing a philosopher say, don't ever let your children do anything that would make you dislike them. It's kind of like that. Don't do anything that would make you dislike yourself. Be of good intent, and we will make mistakes. And I have made mistakes. So let me just get that up front. I have made mistakes. So if you come and tell me you've made a mistake, I'll go, oh, brother or sister, I understand. We do that. And I have done it deliberately, consciously, over months at a time. So if you're doing that, don't do it anymore. So this idea is one of three main ideas that Stoics have, which is to be in tune with your highest self, your genius. And in unity, we would say be in alignment with your Christ self. Attend to life from the Christ presence, not so much just from your human presence. Now, of course, our human presence is involved in this, and your human needs and wants are not antithetical to the divine presence, but be in alignment with your higher self to the best of your understanding at the moment. And granted, that may change. That's okay. The second thing that you want to do is to recognize that which you can control and that which you cannot control, and pay all your attention to that which you can control and less or little to what you cannot control. How many of you have been watching the Olympics and seen people who have devoted their lives for the last several years to one goal, making a success of themselves at the Olympics? And for many of us, with aspirations anyway, but for many of us, we would say, I just want the gold. I would feel bad if I got second or third. But you see these people who have dedicated their life to it. They have given everything they have. They have gotten up early and they've stayed up late. They've worked hard. They've done their best to be clean and to recover with in the proper way. They've done everything they can. They are trying as hard as they can. In the moment, they are right there, and they don't even get on the podium. But the ones who get on the podium, the second and third places, are still grinning like they won. Because they did what they could do. They control what they could control, and they can't control that there's somebody faster, stronger, better than them. But they can control what they do. That's why they could be happy in that moment. Because it wasn't just the outcome, it was the development of themselves. Their goals were what pushed them to become a better person, a better athlete. That's what caused it to happen. And then if they give it everything and they have jumped as high as they can land in a place of happiness. Because they have done their best. And they can't control the rest. They can't control that maybe they were born slightly shorter or slightly weaker or any of that. They can't control that, but they have done their best. They can't control that they had a cold last week and couldn't train. They can't control that there was a death in their family. They can't control. They didn't really understand how to play the game right. They can't control that, but they can control what they controlled. And on that, they placed their effort. And that is the key to being successful. Being resilient, coming back. Know what's in your power to control. The farmer plants. He hoes. He waters. A thunderstorm comes. The hail falls. The crop is lost. I don't usually do this, but I will today. Think of God as a human being making a creation pie. And everything's, all these laws and these tendencies and et cetera, are put in there. And they're put in such a way that they form a perfect mix. And things are so incredibly beautiful, dovetailed, that it always works out. And it tastes pretty good, but just like salt, he thought he'd add a little bit of uncertainty, chaos, randomness. 3 spices that make this an adventure and not a predictable thing. Right? So you could think of God as kind of like going, well, you know, the pie was pretty good, but I like cayenne pepper in it. And we think that if we can't control everything, there's something wrong with us. You can't even actually control your initial response in the moment, many times. You know, someone will fire a gun near your head, you might jerk and you might turn in anger or fear. Something like that might happen, but the next thing, the chaos is there, but the next thing is how we respond to it. And if we have practice in our life, recognizing what is happening, paid close attention to how things are going, including the internal dialogue and internal emotions we have. If we had been alert to who we are as well as what's happening there on an ongoing basis, not gone to sleep at the wheel, then as soon as something happens, we have the room. It might be small, but we have a gap. And the gap between continuing to act out of that first reaction or to choose to react in a different way. And in that gap, you begin to gain control what is yours. This is yours. This is what you can do, because what has happened has already happened. Now, what will you do with it? This is the main thing. This is the critical part of owning your life and developing resilience, is because you cannot help what has happened. You are diagnosed with cancer. I was talking to a woman after church this morning. She said, I was diagnosed with cancer. And she said she didn't take it personally. She never asked the question, why me? She says, what am I going to do about it? She said 1 in 8 women get breast cancer. And I looked around the room and there were 7 other women. Must be me. Right? That's how she took it. And from there she went on to heal. Some things are within our control. Perhaps diet, exercise, etc. How many of those athletes you have heard of died while exercising after eating a vegan meal? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do I have to do? But they just croak no matter what, right? And all of us, I don't mean to make croaking nothing, but let's get in line. It's going to happen. One day, you won't be here. Talk about randomness. You don't even know when. So we're doing wills here. I want you to, so. Should tell you something. We've been doing wills now for a few months. Let it sink in. So, you have an event, you have maybe an initial reaction, and you have choice, and now you decide. And now you go back to the first thing. Live as high as you possibly can according to your ideals. And in that moment, do your best to choose, to overcome your tendencies, to overcome what would be habituated by the world and maybe by your own behavior. Overcome, and now choose what to do. And now you are that person that has agency in your own life. You are in control of what you can be in control of, and you are not focusing on what you cannot control. You're focusing on what you can. And a lot of it is because it's most easy to do. We have become goal-oriented, as though the goal was the thing we really wanted, and when in fact that is nice but unpredictable. But what is possible is to change our character to be in alignment with our soul. And the goal are the tests that push us toward doing that, and the feedback, how are we doing on that way? How do we treat this moment when we succeed? How do we meet it when we lose? This is the development of your personal self, bringing that which is divine into actualization in this moment, which is the job of those who choose to take it. To be your best self, as often as you can. And then, this is the kicker and the fun part, when you lose control, when you do not act the way you should, when you have totally blown it and made it difficult for yourself and others, how many of us go, well, I'm so embarrassed I can't breathe. I'm so lost, I don't know what to do. How many of us, like me, carry this for not 1 year, not 2 years, not 20, not 25, not 40, but 43 years? How about that? Is that not past? Has not it already ended? Meaning there is nothing you can do about it? Is it not out of your control? Is it gone? It is gone. It's not in your hands anymore. You did it. Now you may need to clean it up, but you did it. And to move on is to be wise. To carry that over and over and over and over in your mind is not wise. It's a waste of your potential because you cannot be moving towards something while you're backing up at the same time. Choose to let it go. You must let it go. Les Brown says, forgive your failings and your mistakes and move on. Nelson Mandela, my hero, says this. The reason I want to bring up Nelson Mandela before I start. So Nelson Mandela, was arrested as being a part of a group that was trying to overthrow the government of South Africa. And they were often beaten and tortured and killed, his group, but they were also kind of tough themselves on other people. And so he wasn't exactly a saint when he went to prison. I don't think he was. But in prison, suffering the indignities of prison and the hard labor he was forced to, he could have gotten to be angrier and more willing to do violence to another person. Instead, he chose another path to control what he could control, himself. And he realized if he couldn't get over the hurts of the past and how things were going, he would never stand as he wanted to be a man. He had to let it go. And so he had tough conditioning. He really learned how to know what was his to control and what was not. And so on that basis, he transformed his character to where, when he was, his circumstances were changed and he was released. And most of that was done by other people, those changing. He stood in the place of power, not as someone to get revenge, not as someone who would make a point of making others suffer, but to transform his country by helping them realize that they could reconcile if they could let the past be past. He did that. Who among us would not have liked to have met Nelson Mandela, shook his hand, maybe caught something in that connection that would let us do the same with our own lives? Whether it was something tragic that happened to us or something we did, should we not let it go? Should we not attend to that which we can change and forget what we cannot? Let it go. Nelson Mandela said this: "Do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." And that means when the others beat him down, but also when he failed to be Nelson Mandela. Maya Angelou, I can change by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. How many of us let something happen and we lose it? Maybe not forever, but we lose it. And resilience is not letting it reduce you. J.K. Rowling said this, rock bottom became the solid foundation in which I built my life. And how many of us know this, like Maya Angelou said, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it, and that is coupled with what Michelle Obama said. Grief and resilience live together. So we can still be suffering from the effects of what has happened. We don't have to be glib about it. We don't have to say it didn't happen. We don't have to deny the pain. We don't have to be insensitive to life. But we can be resilient. And we become resilient by applying ourselves to where we can make effort, where we can make changes, and not where we can't. The man who's driving down the Glenwood Avenue at 60, 75 miles an hour and cutting in front of you as though his ambition was to make it only 2 inches between his bumper and yours. Can you control that? Can you control what other people think of you? You might try. We as teenagers got really into that. It was like the course we were taking at the time was, what do other people think of us and where do we fit in? And maybe we need to pass that test and maybe we didn't. But it is a developmental stage. It is not the way we should live our lives. We do not live our lives according to what other people think. One philosopher said this, it's really odd that we love ourselves the most of anybody, but we care most what other people think. So you can't control that. You can do a lot to affect it, but you can't control it. I don't know how many times I've done things and people have come to me and said, you know, you were the biggest jerk I've ever seen. And I go, I didn't know I was the biggest. There are limits on our control. So if you do those two, you'll be taking responsibility. You'll be taking responsibility for your life, for what you can be responsible for and not for what you can't. And when you take responsibility, you have capacity. You become responsible, and that responsibility gives the ability to respond, to make motion in the direction you want it to go. That's what resilience is about. It's not that you don't get beat down, but that you get up. It's not how many times you got beat down, it's how many times you got up. And granted, there's a bit of toughness that needs to happen. You know, there's a phrase they say about Americans. Americans can take anything but inconvenience. And sometimes I remember going to Nepal. I was in Nepal and riding in the bus, and there was a little girl, 7 maybe, sitting on the seat beside us. And she threw up. She was all by herself. She threw up. She pulled herself back together and kept on riding. Resilience. It's not that everything has to go your way to have a successful life. It is that you meet the challenge. Think of Helen Keller. Helen Keller went blind at one point in her life. She went blind, and many people really respect Helen Keller not because she had it easy, but because she had it hard. So remember, the game ain't over till it's over. Thank you, Yogi Berra. The game ain't over until it's over. And if you think about this, if you take a spiritual point of view about who you are as a being, you realize that your spirit is not one of those things that can die. That's one of the things that continues. And even when it's over, it's not over. So you keep playing the game as though you can win it. You charge into the Olympics of your life as though you are the hero of this story, and you take the blows and you get up and you keep moving because that's who you are. And when you can't, you come to a place like this. And you go, I can't get up. And someone looks at you and just goes, I know. He'll get better. And that's how you build community at depth. You do hard things together. You do dangerous things together. And you feel hard pain together. That's how you build deep friendships. So don't be afraid to be yourself when you're not your best here. I see so many people get sick and don't come back until they're well. Right? Now, is that smart? I don't think so. You have friends here. Even if you don't know them, they're on your side. This is why community matters, why we're stronger together than we are apart. So let's remember that when we feel weak. It's part of life. Let's pray. Come back to your hearts. Come back, because this is the place where we can hold both loss and possibility. Where we can be disappointed and feel the feeling and yet find courage. Where we can be shamed and yet still love. You are born as a spark of the divine. You are born as a live expression of the creative force. You are born to unfold and to become like a rose on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. You were born to be you, and you will take some blows. And you will have some losses. And life will be unfair at times. But as Nietzsche said, that which does not kill us will make us stronger. Use your heart to have compassion for yourself. Use your mind to know what is yours to do and what is none of your business. Use the good examples of Jesus and other people to shoot high, to be in good relationship with your soul. Knocked down 8 times, got up 9. And so it is. Amen.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, thinking I could live without you by my side. And after spending those nights thinking how you did me wrong, I grew strong and I learned how to get along. Now you're back from outer space and I find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your keys. And I've known now for a second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door, or turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. You're the one who tried to hurt me with your goodbye. You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? No, no, not I. I will survive. For as long as I know how to love, I know how to stay alive. I've got my life to live, and I got all my love to give. And I will survive. I will survive. Whoa. All my strength not to fall apart, trying with all my might to mend my broken heart. I spent so many nights feeling sorry for myself. Oh, how I cried. But now I hold my head up high and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that lonely little person still feeling sad and blue. Now you come dropping in, just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my loving for those who's loving me. Oh, go, walk out the door, just turn around now. Ooh, you're not welcome anymore. Oh, you're the one who tried to hurt me with your goodbye. You think I'd crumble? No, you think I'd lay down and die? No, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got my life to give, and I've got all my love to live. I will survive. I will survive. Oh. Survive.
That's every woman's theme song, right? I love it. Only at Unity. Good Sunday morning, everyone. Good sunshiny Sunday morning. I'm Darla Brown, here with some announcements. August is Make a Will Month. So as part of the Your Life, Your Legacy series, we'll be offering another, I'm out of breath from dancing. We'll be offering another free will presentation on the evening of August 29th at 6:30 to 8. And that's different from the date that was in the Friday feature. So be sure and pay attention to that. Unity has partnered with Free Will, making it easy to create your own will through our website. This how-to presentation will assist you in expressing your financial and end-of-life wishes. And it's led by our own lawyers, Aaron, Edgar, and Josette Wright-Lacey. And we're going to have some guest speakers while Newsom's on vacation from today through the end of, or middle of September. So be sure and pick up one of these in the lobby. It tells who's coming and when. We have some really great speakers. And we have a guest facilitator for the Thursday Spiritual Dialogue. Reverend Ana Quintana will be back teaching that while Newsom's on vacation, starting this Thursday, August 15th. At 12 noon. And we have a new art exhibit coming September 1st. If you haven't checked out the art exhibit, it is absolutely fabulous. It's as good as any art exhibit in any gallery in Raleigh. So please check it out. It's really fabulous, and they're all of our own congregants' art. So we do have a new exhibit coming up September 1st, so check it out now. And if you're an artist that has your work up now, you can pick that up on August 25th to make sure to have room for the new exhibit. And us Unitics must like to sleep in. We're going to go back to just having an 11 o'clock service, and the last 9 a.m. service will be August 25th.
Okay, Newsom, come up. As we know, he's going to be gone for 5 weeks on vacation, so we'd like to send him on our way with a blessing. So please stand and do the unity blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you. Together, we love you, we bless you, We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
I want to thank you. You know, how many people get blessed on the way out the door? How about that? Thank you very much.
All right, so now we're going to take up an offering, and I'd like to just thank everyone for contributing and continuing to contribute to this really special place. You can donate online or at the credit card machines in the lobby, or my favorite way, through automatic giving. You can sign up for that on the website, where it just comes out automatically every month, and even if you skip a Sunday, you know you're still supporting this really special place. We have the most incredible music, and the really wonderful, encouraging messages and wonderful workshops, and we want to be able to contribute to our society. So please contribute to here so that we can reach others and bring them in as well and let them have this experience. So I'd like to ask our greeters to stand, and then we're going to bless our gifts with the affirmation on the screen together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
And what?
got something out of today's service, we intend to bring you things that will help you in your life become more of who you want to be, give you the freedom of forgiveness and the hope of expectancy that your life will unfold in a way that brings you joy, happiness, and is a contribution to the world. If you would like to contribute to this ministry, please go to unitytriangle.org, hit the donate button, and it will lead you into an easy way of doing that. We thank you for your attention and look forward to seeing you again here.